All right, so welcome to the Ninja U. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Ninja U Premier Series qualifiers in Ankeny, Iowa. My name is Kane Malden, joined by Travis Rosen, and we're going to be taking it to the next Premier Series qualifier. We have such great talent behind this incredible course at this great facility, courtesy of Nate Person and Drew Nestor. So, yeah.
Yeah, Kane, it's going to be an incredible weekend of ninja action here in Ankeny, Iowa. I'm excited. It's just a couple hours away from where I was a gymnast at the University of Iowa. We're going to have a lot of great ninja athletes kicking us off in this kids division. There are some powerhouse kids ninjas this morning, and it's going to be a great way to start off the weekend, Kane.
Yeah, no, absolutely. We have 4 kids female athletes. We have, I believe, 11 kids male athletes. So that's pretty exciting. The youth divisions are always I would say the larger divisions. So we're going to be spared no expense of ninja talent on this lovely Saturday morning. Ninja U, such a great facility, just A+ in terms of presentation. So, yeah. All right. Well, why don't we delve into the Premier Series rules while we are at it? Of course, just to give a quick refresher for those tuning in, we take the top 25% in the World Champions and the seasonal standings, as well as some special athletes that may deserve it, and we will reach out and give them a chance to show their stuff in Premier Series. Of course. So this is what, the best of the best, if anything? But with that said, let's talk about the rules, the format, if you will. So first, we're going to be going into the placement course. If you fall once, your run is over. It is a typical flow course. Do not pass go, do not collect $200. But the placement course does not matter. All it does is determine the run order for the challenge course. So the way the challenge course works, 2 retries, 1 per obstacle. If you fail the same obstacle twice, you are out. Fail 3 different obstacles, your run is over. And it will be up to the challenge course to determine who is going to the Premier Series finals at Modus. An incredible facility nurtured by Donovan Matoyer, recently moved to a new facility earlier this year. So yeah, you won't want to miss it. November 22nd and 23rd. We're going to see who amongst our kids can secure a place in the Premier Series finals.
Yeah, it's going to be exciting today, Kane. A lot of strong kids ninjas today, and actually we're getting later into the season, we're starting to see some repeat competitors from earlier in the Premier League season. So we've got a lot of experienced ninjas, some super strong ninjas. It will be interesting though, because we only have 4 female competitors. So as you were saying, with the finals at Modus later in November, the top 4 from this competition will qualify should they make it past the 3rd obstacle in the challenge course, which is to come. So for the females, they all kind of hold their fate in their hands. But on the male side, we have 11 strong boy competitors. So it's going to be super competitive for them. You know, they're all going to be gunning for one of those spots at the finals, but also they want to hit the buzzer and get first place. So it's going to be super exciting, and it's going to be really neat to see what these kids do, Kane.
No, absolutely. Again, it's always exciting seeing a big division because you really have to gun for that top spot. With 11 athletes, there are definitely going to be quite a few being beat out. But until we get to the challenge course, that will not be a topic that's, a big pressure point for our athletes. The challenge, or not the challenge course, the placement course, rather. For most courses, I feel like is just a speed, go as fast as you can kind of beat. So, I don't know. We'll see. Not all placement courses are created equal, mind you. Some are incredibly strict with the clock. Some are a little more lenient and allow more wiggle room for error amongst our athletes. So, I don't know. We'll see how Nate and Drew have set this course for our athletes.
Yeah, definitely. The placement course, as you were talking about, it's speed, it's fast, it's really about going as quick as possible. And today's placement course looks to be 1:20 for the time limit. So it's a little longer than some competitions we've seen. But just because it's 1:20 does not mean that it's going to take that long. Sometimes we see the time limits completely be blown out of the water because of the skill of some of these ninja athletes. So it's going to be really fast. So like you said, it is a seeding round of sorts. The faster you go, the better run spot you get for the challenge course. And that's the round where it all matters. That's how these athletes punch their ticket to the finals. So the great thing, the placement course, if they fall early unexpectedly, maybe their nerves got the best of them or whatever it is, they get to come back for the challenge course. They might just not have as good of a run spot. But again, Kane, we've seen it happen time after time where strong ninjas fall very early in the placement course, have an early run spot in that challenge course, and crush it and get a spot in the finals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I feel like between our athletes, there have been plenty of times that's happened, fall early on the challenge, or not the challenge, the placement course. I'm getting him confused. I'm sorry. We're just easing into it, but yeah, an early fall on the placement course. You run a little earlier than you may have wanted, but you still snag one of those top 4 slots, and it's just the way it goes. The placement course has no impact directly on if you qualify or not. It can help, but it doesn't directly change the outcome.
Yeah, definitely. Even just last week, we saw some of those situations where the first runner-up in the challenge course did super well and made it to the finals. So, yeah, anything goes. You just never know.
But in the meantime, let's take a look at the remaining divisions in this weekend. Of course, this is the first one, so we have all sorts of crazy stuff lined up. I mean, we haven't even gotten into the first run. So yeah, we have mature kids and preteen later today. So yeah, we're going to be here all day. And then tomorrow, of course, we will have, the amateur, teen, and elite. So yeah, that's going to be exciting. I know there's some crazy talent in this region. I mean, it's got some pretty close proximity to Modus because it's part of the some call it the Memel the Elf.
Yeah, I have not heard that. Actually, I have no clue what you're talking about, but if that's what people call it, that's great. But yeah, the location right here in Iowa, obviously Midwest, very centrally located. Ninjas from all around are coming. But again, I'm sure we're going to be seeing some ninjas who train here at Ninja U. Obviously, having that home field advantage is always super helpful, even though they haven't run this course, but just getting to compete where you normally train, it's so helpful. But again, Sport of Ninja, you got to be ready no matter where you are. So I know we're going to see great performances, even from those who've traveled far and wide. And talking about some of the strength in today's competition, Kane, on the female side, we've got a couple powerhouses that I'm excited to see. We've got Evelyn Peterson, we've got Amelia Lyons. They are super strong female competitors. On the male side, we've got Henry Hank Sagao, we've got Easton Grimer, I'm not sure how you actually pronounce that last name, and Aiden Leckie, among several. These guys are beasts on the Ninja course, and everyone else, they've got the ticket here for this competition for a reason too. So exciting competition ahead of us.
Yeah, I recognize a couple of these names just from, I guess, perusing the area, I guess. But Easton Guemer is a name that sticks out to me, definitely. Will Loeffler is another one, I would say. A couple of these guys have made it to stage 2, so I don't know. Time will tell who's going to prevail here. But yeah, Mimble the Elf is, Minnesota is the hat. Iowa is the face. Louisiana is the legs. So
Yeah, well, I definitely knew that going to school in Iowa. I just had never heard that name. Hey, you learn something new every day, even on a Ninja live stream like this. So this is starting off on the right foot.
yeah, the right foot, like Louisiana. But anyway, we're gonna have the placement course lined up very shortly. Let's see here who is going to prevail amongst our athletes. We should be getting into the swing of things pretty shortly. Just waiting for a demo of some kind.
Yeah, and this is always a kind of a tough spot pre-competition, Kane, because all the athletes, they're excited, they're ready to go, probably got some nerves going, but they just kind of have to wait around for their spot. And I think once we get that demo going, I think our first athlete is going to be Kalia Ruvart. And being first, it's never easy because no one's gone yet. And so you kind of have to set the pace and try to figure out how it's going to go. And that's why it's always so advantageous to have a later run spot, because you get to see how the athletes before you handle the different obstacles, how they fare on the course, so you can adjust your strategy if necessary. But if you're first, you haven't seen anybody go, so you kind of have to try your best and just really set the bar high. Not an easy spot, but again, we've seen some ninjas go first runner up and do remarkable. So we'll see how these ninjas today fare.
Yeah, I mean, given the circumstances of our athletes, they've competed in many competitions. I don't doubt that these athletes have been first in the run order, maybe once, twice, many times. It's just the way it goes sometimes. Just the randomness of a run order can do that to you. It can be to your benefit or to your detriment. But I think more than anything, our athletes here are going to have to formulate a game plan. They can work off what the rest of our athletes have done, but you probably trust your own judgment, I want to say, more than anything, especially if you're running early.
Yeah, and we touched on this a little bit. What I like with having the placement course, it is a way to get the nerves out, even if these kids are super experienced. I mean, I did American Ninja Warrior for 10 years. I never was not nervous. So you have those nerves, you have that adrenaline pumping through. And so it's a good way to get that out of your system, kind of settle down. Hopefully, obviously, you do as well as you prepared for and planned for. But as we know, anything can happen. But that's where then they get to come back on the challenge course once they are settled in a little bit more and really shine where it counts.
Yeah, no, definitely. Again, Ninja U is, I believe, the Baron's gym, I want to say? Um, so yeah, definitely some big names behind the setting of this course. Really excited to see how this goes amongst our kids athletes, but the demo will be beginning shortly, so long awaited course will be getting a demo run here. Really excited to see what our kids will be taking on. You can see a little bit of the course from the view we're getting, but yeah, 6 obstacles. So, like you were saying, I think our athletes are going to be cutting it down and down and down and down until it's like a, what, 30-second course? I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah, definitely. That seems to be the case with these competitions. The first couple runners do it more like the demo runner did, and then you get some ninjas maybe who are a little more skilled who just bust the door open with faster technique or ways to go about obstacles, and they crush the time.
All right, up, down. We're seeing some, well, those are follow-throughs, but interesting start. Over or under, a little hurdle, then just the rings. Now, our demo run is making it look easy, but obviously the kids are much shorter. I wonder how that'll go about. The Beatles. Oh, no reference to the band. Tripping Hazard. And then that warped wall. You go up a 10-foot warped wall. Oh, wow, there's a lot of warped walls there. Wow. Yeah, what do you think of that course, Travis?
Yeah, honestly, I think it has the potential to be super, super fast, but you brought up a good point. Just especially with this kids division, sometimes height really does come into play. An adult or a teen who is taller sometimes might have no issues with reach or wingspan, but sometimes for these kids, even just jumping up to an obstacle can be part of the challenge. So it's going to be interesting to see how they handle just the height aspect. But again, we've seen some kids who, even though you'd think there would be a challenge like that, they come out and fly on the course. So I think they could really have a lot of time left on the clock, but sometimes you never know until they get out there and start going. So I don't know. I think we could see some exciting finishes though.
No, absolutely. I would be very shocked if we didn't get a sub-minute time. I think, actually, yeah, something I'm thinking about. How low is this going to be taken? It's hard to gauge because, that demo run's all we got, but I think we could potentially, if they play their cards right, I don't know. It's hard to say. We could see the halfway margin be broken, but
Yeah, I think we could potentially see some athletes do this in as fast as 45 seconds. I don't
yeah,
know.
I agree.
Yeah, it really just depends again with the height and the wingspan, like we were talking about. The speed really comes when they can link those movements and those obstacles. And linking, for those who are tuning in who maybe don't understand, that means basically going one movement right into the next, right into the next, no extra swings, things like that. And that is really how you save a lot of time. So anytime you have to take an extra swing, that's an extra second or two or three. And over multiple obstacles, that can really add up. So if you're a ninja who can really learn how to link those obstacles and not waste any time in between obstacles, that is how you get the fastest time.
Definitely. There's going to be some big separators on this course, I can already tell. Because there's a lot of swingy things on this course. That's what I've noticed. There's a lot of stuff that swings. And a lot of stuff that hangs as well. So taking a backswing, I don't think this time limit is going to be super strict. But in regards to getting a high seed, you don't want a backswing because those add up fast. Like, you got to think, for example, on the rings. A backswing on the ring takes more time than a backswing on the bars. So, something to consider, where to space your backswings if any.
Yeah, that's a good point. And again, that's where strategy really comes into play because I would imagine that we'll see a lot of course clears, a lot of buzzers hit. But when you're talking about speed and a better placement for that challenge course, you're going to have to go fast. So these ninjas are going to have to figure out what strategy works best for them. Do they want to focus on getting a clear and maybe going a little slower, being a little more conservative, or just blazing through the course, hoping to make every obstacle and get a super fast time? So that's always the trick for a ninja, to figure out exactly how you're going to run the course. That's why it's important to know your training, your skill set, and I don't know. I think we're still going to see some fast times, but a lot of clears.
A lot of clears. And honestly, at some point, progress doesn't matter if, like 10 people clear before you. To run later, you're going to have to do it, and you're going to have to do it in a quick fashion as well. We should be getting into runs shortly. I'm thinking, yeah, I think we're going to see more finishers than not, which is kind of par for the course on placement courses, really. I think it's pretty uncommon, unless the time limit is super tough, that typically we will see plenty of success, which is good. Some initial success puts you in the right state of mind going forward.
Yeah, definitely. And even here on this placement course, those ninjas who have a later run spot, just however the random run order gets set, even that is going to help them, because if there are a lot of clears, it's going to help them know just how quick they're going to have to go. Because if you're let's say, one of the last runners and there's been almost everyone clearing, you're going to know the exact time you're going to have to get if you want to have one of the best run spots for the challenge course. So that's definitely helpful, but it can also add a lot of pressure. So that's part of this course. A lot of, obviously, physical obstacles, but there's a lot of mental obstacles. So these young ninjas are obviously learning how to handle the mental game, and that never ends, no matter how experienced of a ninja you get. But definitely this is where they get the groundwork started on learning how to overcome the mental side of things. So the pressure, that so far I've seen a lot of kids handle the pressure really well this season, and I don't expect anything different today.
Absolutely. I don't know. I'm thinking about the obstacles here. I think that tripping hazard, if anything, could be the only point of friction on this course, I want to say. It's a little awkward. Also, balance is never easy, especially if you're trying to be quick-footed. So, I don't know. Something to consider. You got to be careful, but you can't be too careful, or you might be losing some time.
Yeah, definitely. That's where, obviously, they say speed kills, but the way a lot of the younger ninja athletes train, or even just this, where the sport of ninja is going these days, it's about speed. And so many of these ninjas, that's how they train. Obviously, it's evolved a lot over the years. When I started way back in the second season of American Ninja Warrior, it was not about speed. It was about overcoming each obstacle and hopefully finishing the course. Granted, everything was pretty much new to us all the time, so a little different than today. But nowadays, everyone goes so fast, they train for that. So we see a lot more speed runs, having clears and not unexpected slip ups and things like that. But still, it can happen, especially if you're not familiar with the course. So just again, it's another one of those obstacles these ninjas have to overcome.
Yeah, honestly, the kind of stuff that this course asks is not too far removed from, say, the second season of American Ninja Warrior. I mean, you have a lot of swingy stuff. It's not anything too crazy or too technical. But hey, I kind of like that for a course of this caliber. Obviously, it's a little more exaggerated compared to what you'd expect from that early A&W, but still.
Yeah, definitely. The sport has come such a long way. But for those tuning in, we're having a little bit of a technical issue. That is why the competition has yet to start. We know the athletes are ready, they're excited to go. Uh, but yeah, they're just trying to get a few things sussed out. The competition will start soon.
Yeah, but I believe we are going to be going to a quick break. We apologize. I think. Oh.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck at again? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in a mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
All right, we are back. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Welcome back to the Kids Division at the Ninja U Premier Series qualifiers. My name is Kane Malden, again joined by Travis Rosen. We are going to be going into the competition once and for all. That should be the final hiccup. There it is. There's that run order we've been looking for.
Yeah, you can see right there, Kane, we have 4 females, 11 males. We're going to be starting it off very shortly with Kalia Ruvart, and as we discussed earlier, it's going to be a little tricky. She's the first one up, hasn't seen anybody compete yet, so she kind of gets to set the bar for everybody. I hope that she can come out and just crush the course and show everyone how it's done.
Yeah, and would you look at that? There she is on the starting block. There. Let's see what she has to offer amongst our athletes. It's tough being the first run of the qualifier. Looks like we got some photo bombing in the background or something.
Yeah, and what I like, she's nervous, but she's got a smile up there, but already just getting a little stuck there.
Oh, okay, good. Well, she makes the jump at the very least. I don't know, fair enough. It's a little nerve-wracking trying to make a big jump, but she's getting along just swimmingly onto the second obstacle now, over or under. She's gonna go under. Yeah, I don't think going over would play to her strength very much. Just the rings. Just going through the rings. I mean, there's a lot of ways you can go about it. There's plenty to work with. Going at a brisk pace. Let's see here. All right, now the Beatles. No relation to the band by John Lennon and Paul McCartney.
Yeah, she's looking good right now, Kane, but as we discussed earlier before the break, just those extra swings, that's really where it's going to eat your time. So for those gunning for the fastest time, going to have to really try to cut those down.
All right, Kalia, okay. Now on to the second to last obstacle here. Gotta get onto that bowl, and it's preloaded. So once she grabs onto it, oh, there it is! Beautiful, up the 10-footer or so like that! Ah!
Yeah, that was a great way to start off the kids female division. She really showed a lot of poise, a lot of confidence, very calculated with how she ran that course. Looked like it was just the way she wanted to do. That was a great way to start.
Yeah, great run. I would like to see our athletes go a little bit faster, though. I think the clock really caught up to her, though. That's the big thing that I think our athletes are going to have to be looking out for. Hopefully, you guys will be able to track the timer as well. But yeah, that buzzer is up top on that warped wall, so you have to climb up and go the distance there.
Yeah, and already trying to think of different ways that some of these athletes can maybe make up a little extra time. I do think through the rings, if you get some super aggressive swings, there might be a ring here or there you might be able to skip. I'm sure we'll see some potentially try to do that. Oh, and we're off to our second competitor.
Yeah, Evelyn, blink and you miss it. Now, one of our strongest competitors in the kids female division, Evelyn, I know she's going to be putting up a great showing here. Hold on for Evelyn. In for a big ride. Oh, okay. Nice little follow-throughs on the rings. Gonna swing about. You can see right here, already going leagues faster than our first runner. Let's see, just taking it one at a time. Barely any backswings to be seen. A nice link on the Beatles. She is on the taller side, so really can use that length.
Yeah, she's definitely doing a really great job. Just really flowy. Not a lot of wasted movement, a lot of wasted time. So good stuff so far from Evelyn.
All right, there's that bull. And Evelyn racing up the wall. Oh! Okay. Come on, get another shot off, Evelyn. Oh, okay. Well, is the 8-foot? The 8-foot is in play. Okay, interesting. Well, Evelyn gonna finish out her run with a buzzer. Our first buzzer in the placement course.
Yeah, that was a great run, a great first clear for this competition. She still had loads of time left. I'm looking like it looks like that warped wall is a little slick. That's where sometimes if you have the wherewithal and the time to do it, getting a little moisture on the soles of your feet can help. Sometimes you just don't have the time to do that though. But still, solid run. We'll see how Annalise Lyons now does.
Yeah, Annalise Lyons, definitely on the shorter side. Hopefully won't be an issue here on the trampoline jump. Oh, hesitating. Yeah, this is a massive jump. Oh, okay. Well, enormous bounce there. All right, well, off to the races she goes. She's got some time to make up, though. Definitely enough to make it through, though. Let's see here. Now, I would like to see her go a little bit quicker in between obstacles as well, but that's just one of the many factors here Annalise has to use. Going to that right side, well, her right, but...
Yeah, I would say she does look a little cautious. I would put it that way, a little hesitant, just not wanting to make a mistake. Some of that's probably just some early competition jitters too, but yeah, to be able to get through before that buzzer times out, she is going to have to go a little quicker, I think, Kane.
Yeah, you can see it now. 15 seconds. I'm not sure this is going to be enough. Now, can definitely get a point here, but with the clock ticking and such a long obstacle ahead, this may be a bridge too far for Annalise to cross. And that's going to do it for her run.
Yeah, well, like we said, it's a very doable course, that's for sure. But especially for the smaller kids division, they really just have to keep it moving and really have little to no extra swings. Because if you have multiple extra swings on multiple obstacles, that really is going to make it hard to get one of the fastest times or even hit the buzzer.
Well, only one has hit the buzzer so far. We're going to see if Shay Allen can be our second. There's definitely time to play for. I feel like that warped wall miss we saw earlier, the warped wall can definitely be one shot, and that may be the difference that Shay needs.
Yeah, actually, this is Evelyn Miller, the last female competitor. Looks like she, too, got a little caught up on the very beginning trampoline. That alone is a few seconds, but right now she is doing good. She looks very calculated in everything that she's doing. Looks like she's going according to her strategy she determined before her run, but if she can keep this pace up, Kane, I think she'll hit that buzzer.
Yeah, and Evelyn rocking the Team Ninja UT. I wonder how that'll play in. It looks to be to her benefit, going quick about these obstacles so far. Sticking the landing, but definitely behind the curve. Unless Evelyn here can pull ahead of the other Evelyn on the warped wall, this is going to be tough. And I think the clock is ticking. Barely gets that ball, but running up the warped wall, and she misses. But grabbing onto the 8-foot wall. Ah, yeah, just short at the top time, but still, second finisher.
Yeah, that was actually a super solid run. She had a few hiccups here and there, but still she was able to get in there before the time expired and just a few seconds behind the first Evelyn, and that puts her in second place. That's a great spot for the challenge course.
Yeah, I really liked that save on the wall where she missed the 10-foot mark, but was able to shimmy over to the 8. Really strong move there. Now, okay, this is Shay. Shay Allen, the first kids male athlete to go. Let's see how he does here. The 4-star Ninja Academy representative here. And we're seeing some great links throughout. Let's see here. Over or under, going under. All right.
When I gotta say, Kane, I love Shay's competition attire. Wearing the jeans reminds me of my old longtime ninja friend Paul Casimir. Used to always run in jeans. I never knew how he did it, but shows just how good you are. You can do that type of thing, and Shay is just burning up the course right now.
Oh yeah, Ninja Legend. Well, Shay. All right, into the rings, 35 seconds. He's making quick work of this and setting his hips properly for the dismount. Can he make it up to 10? He will! And he destroys the course, 53.19. That's going to be a tough act to follow, set by Shay.
Yeah, I mean, that was incredible for our first male runner right there. He blew up that course. You know, earlier I was saying I thought maybe somebody could do it in 45 seconds. Shay was not too far off that, and there actually were a couple spots he could have made up some time. So very, very fast, solid run. We'll see how the rest of the males do compared to that.
All right, well, now we have Hank Segal. Interestingly enough, out of North Carolina, so I guess the Tier 1 Championships isn't too far away. He's sprinting underneath that bar. And yeah, this is the time we were talking about, Travis.
Yeah, definitely. And I remember Henry, or Hank, I would imagine that's what he likes to go by, in one of the earlier qualifiers this season. Oh,
He dismounted onto the wrong block. You see that lower one is not a dismount platform.
yeah, that unfortunately seems to happen every weekend at these competitions. We have a couple ninjas who, in the heat of things, maybe forget exactly what's out of play, things you can't touch or things you can't land on, and unfortunately that happened with Hank there. He just got a little off on where that dismount platform was and went to the wrong landing area, and unfortunately that cuts his run much shorter than he or I even expected. But he is a strong ninja, so even though he's going to most likely have an earlier run spot in that challenge course, I think he could still come out and really be competitive for one of those top 4 spots.
Oh yeah, he was going blazing fast. If there's anything to take away from that run, I mean, he's got the speed to, that's indicative of a top 4 slot, definitely. Well, we're going to be moving into our next athlete, Calvin. Third up, Ninja U as well. So another one of our home gym representatives. All right, let's see here.
Yeah. One thing I'd like to see. Oh no. Well, that's where you definitely hit the nail on the head earlier when you're talking about height. It does seem like that very first obstacle, going from that mini tramp up to the very first bar, is a bit of a mental challenge for some of these shorter athletes. I think what I'd like to see is just an aggressive jump off the starting platform, right off the mini tramp, and go, instead of that bounce, 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 go for it attempt. And unfortunately, Calvin got a little caught up there, and he's going to be disappointed by that, but he can come back for a redemption run in the challenge course.
Yeah, it's like you definitely, I feel like bracing on that trampoline, it can work, but that's definitely not the play if you're shorter. I don't think it's going to be an issue for our next athlete, Harrison, though. He looks to be a little taller, so that jump should be a tad more straightforward.
Yeah, well, you can see right from the get-go here, Harrison is a lot taller. Some of these athletes, depending on their height, they don't really have to bounce hard off that mini tramp. They can just kind of lean forward and leap. And yeah, see right there, Harrison got it, no problem.
Yeah, pretty simple. Getting a pullback on those lache bars and going right to the very end. Harrison could go over, going to go under, though. I think that is the faster play, unless you want to hurdle it like some kind of Olympian. Harrison getting a pullback. Oh, okay. Yeah, taking some backswings here, which is the safer route, but I do want to say that is a little slower than what we saw out of Shea.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think his pace is a little behind, and again, seems to be a little bit, I don't know if I say casual out there, just not quite as aggressive or urgent as I'd like to see, but he could still clear the course, but he's going to have to get it going.
Yeah, you saw on the Beetle there, he kind of cut his swing because he came in too forward. Now, I don't think a buzzer is impossible, but he's got to speed up. And where's that throttle, Harrison? Oh, no. And he reaches. Okay, well, he makes the reach work. He gets the point, but he doesn't have enough time. Just as he gets up top on that warped wall, Harrison runs out of time. Unfortunate, but I mean, hey, he didn't fail any of the obstacles. It was just a matter of time.
Yeah, he was really looking good, looked really solid, just probably, like we said, had a little lack of urgency in the middle of some of those obstacles, even in between some of the obstacles. Could have gone a little faster. And you can see, it sometimes comes down to just a couple seconds. Had he only had 2 or 3 more seconds, he would have cleared that course.
Oh, well, this is awesome. Okay, Logan Lay. Let's see here. Ninjas United. I love that jersey. Just the whole attire. He's rocking the attire. He's got the mohawk. Just, if we were ranking this based off of outfits, I think he'd be one of our top 4.
Yeah, definitely one of the most colorful and, I don't know, most pop of an outfit I've seen, I think, out of any competitor this season.
Yeah. Oh, no, Logan misses the start. Oh, no, that's not fair. No.
Yeah, that obviously, I'm sure, was very unexpected from Logan. He actually did the approach that I was talking about a competitor or two ago, where just one big jump from the starting block right off that mini tramp, but still that smaller size just made the reach a little too far for Logan. That's frustrating, but again, I know this from firsthand experience. I don't know about you, Kane, but when you mess up earlier than you expected, sometimes that can really light a fire inside of you. So I know I've come back even stronger and more prepared, more ready to go on my next try after an early exit. So hopefully that's how Logan and others who go out a bit earlier will respond when they hit the challenge course.
Well, now we have Easton Gwemmer coming out of the barn. Awesome. So, I don't know. We're going to see what he has in store for us. We're seeing some nice placement of the lower body. Let's see here. Taking an underbar. And now going in for a big round on the rings. He almost went for a skip. Big pullback. Here's... Oh, okay. Well, I thought that was going to be a skip as well. Easton psyching us out.
But even right now, Kane, you can see the difference between Easton and some of the other competitors. He has that sense of urgency that we were talking about. He's linking so many obstacles, going so fast in between obstacles. This is how you crush a course.
Whoa, and linking out, barely any backswings to be seen. Easton topping the wall with the top time, 46.5 seconds. Incredible.
Wow, that really was incredible. Just under 2 seconds over that 45 seconds I was talking about at the beginning, but that was really, really good. Such aggressiveness and really well played out strategy and technique throughout that course. That's why it's so important to strategize mentally before you go on these courses, especially when it's so fast, because you don't have time to figure it out. When you're up there, you already have to kind of know what you're doing. And Easton looking like a pro.
Yeah, that's going to stand, dare I say it, the test of time. I think it's very likely we will be seeing Easton very late into the challenge course. But now we are down to our final 5. Andrew Gage being 5th to last here. Let's see what he's got in store. Midwest Warrior Academy. Big red shirt. Ooh, nice.
Yeah, Andrew's looking good right now. Sometimes it's hard to go after a run when a competitor just absolutely crushes it, because it adds some pressure, but at the same time, it shows you what is possible, so it can also help from that standpoint. So looks like Andrew's going a little slower, getting a little caught up right now on these rings, but he's looking pretty strong.
Yeah, this obstacle's so awkward. It kind of shifts you about, but Andrew not looking too troubled. Doesn't want to place more than 2 hands on any of these beetles. And, okay, well, he's looking pretty strong nonetheless. 30 seconds into this final obstacle, give or take. Definitely enough for a buzzer, if anything. And honestly, a buzzer would be very important. It's better to clear maybe not as fast than to not clear at all.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the trick when you're in the middle of a course, knowing how to do it. But Andrew's getting it. Good job.
Yeah, 109.26 is the slower finish, but I mean, that wasn't even that slow of a run. It's just a testament to the kind of efforts that our top 2 put up. And I'm not gonna admonish what he just put up. That was a great showing there. That will seed him nicely in the challenge course.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't even look like he was breathing hard, so potentially he could have gone even faster, but we'll see how Will Loeffler just fell on the first jump up to the bar like we've seen from a couple others. That's unfortunate.
Aw, man, that doesn't feel good. Maybe we need a booster block under that or something, but oh man. All right, well, at least he will get an effort at the challenge course, so I hope he won't be aching too hard.
Well, and as we've already said, we've seen time and time again over the weekends of this series that somebody can do that very thing on the placement course and have the first or one of the first run spots in the challenge course, and they send it, totally crushing it, and get a spot in the finals.
Liam just about getting it. Liam Bass. Well, I call him Liam Bass, the way he's flopping about like a fish through the Lachey bars, if you will. Oh, okay. Well, opting to skip the rope.
Yeah, that was a little bit of an interesting jump technique. Kind of looked like he changed his mind right midstream on how he was going to get from block to block, but he made it. That's okay.
Okay, well, finds himself on the platform, and Lightning Liam taking it a little too forward on those beetles as well. It's a little bit of a concern. You need to kind of move with the curve, not into the curve. And he moves with the curve, so that sets him nicely for that final bar. And Liam going for that dismount, but 20 seconds, this is concerning.
Yeah, he definitely has, I think, too many extra swings, but if he gets this perfectly right here, he might be able to hit that buzzer, but oh, this is going to be a tall order.
Ah, no, he just had to go for it. I don't blame him for doing that. Liam was low on time. He just had to reach out for the bull and kind of salvage what he had. But still, not a bad run at all.
Yeah, he did really, really good. Like we've said all morning so far, it comes down to those extra swings, and he did just have a few too many, which caused him to be a little overly aggressive there at the end and fall. Otherwise, he probably would have cleared that course. But now we've got Aiden Leckie, who definitely is one of the most experienced male competitors in this division.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 25 competitions. That's no slouch, and he's 7th in the power rankings. Power rankings, not obviously gospel, but man, he is moving like a seasoned veteran should. And a follow-through on those rings. Ooh, this is the kind of finesse we were waiting for, Travis.
Oh my gosh, seriously, the way he went through the rings there, that was so smooth, like butter, and he is flying right now. This is incredible.
Oh, that 45-second time may be reality if he can keep up the gas here. One backswing, get off of there, Aiden. And there's the dismount sprinting up the wall. Come on! Yes! 44.19, the sub 45 is reality. It has been translated.
That was incredible. He was really putting on a clinic right there. I don't really feel like I saw any wasted time or wasted movements. So smooth and efficient and aggressive. That was an exciting run.
All right, and with one more athlete left to go, it is very likely Aiden will be running last, unless Miles has anything to say about it. Mighty Miles on the starting block right now. Okay, he's mighty, and he's not afraid, Miles! No! Oh my gosh. Ah, man, our kids are going to be cursing that trampoline come the challenge course.
Well, it does seem like almost every competition there's a ninja killer, so to speak. I didn't think it would be the mini tramp up to the very first obstacle, but at least for our shorter competitors, that is the case.
Oh, man, I can't believe that. Yeah, so that'll do it for the placement course. So we have our 4 female athletes going up first. So yeah, that's how it'll be set up. So it'll be what? Believe it is Kalia, I believe, according to the challenge course run order. I don't know. It'll be more finalized as we get there, but anywho, believe it is Kalia first. Then in the kids division, we have, I believe, what is it, Shay first. And then at the end, we will have Miles. So, I don't know. It'll be this in reverse, basically. And then same here. So, yeah, Calvin, actually. Yeah, Calvin will be our first athlete in the kids male division. So, yeah, that's pretty exciting. Just as a reminder, we have one more course lined up, so don't go anywhere. We have a lot more ninja action as well once the kids division wraps up. We have mature kids and preteen. Then obviously tomorrow we have the remainder of our divisions, teen, amateur, and elite. Not in that order. Amateur and teen are flipped. But yeah, we will be back in just a little bit. So stick around, see who is going to qualify for the Premier Series Finals.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on DGSNinja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your chalk. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slap Chalks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on DGSNinja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your truck. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO of Slab Trucks.
Ocean Needs Everyone is celebrating 5 years of saving the oceans. My name's Enzo, and through Ocean Needs Everyone, I help save the ocean by doing beach cleanups, CO and mangrove plantings, making art about recycled plastic, and making films regarding the ocean's health. How can you help save the oceans at home? Well, even if you don't live near an ocean, trash can end up in there eventually, so cut down on your use of single-use plastics. If you see trash on the roads or beaches, make sure to pick it up. Use less gas-powered vehicles, fish responsibly, and help support local organizations. I started my organization when I was 12 years old because I wanted to make a difference. So remember, you're never too young to follow your dreams and make a change. Let's all save our oceans together, one piece of trash at a time.
Want to train like a pro? DGS Ninja has you covered with obstacles designed by top athletes. Kevin Carbone, Matt Bradley, Tom Alberti, and Brett Sims. Whether you're dialing in your technique at the gym or training at home, DGS Ninja equipment is built for performance, durability, and safety. Train with confidence. Train with DGS Ninja. Find obstacles, rigs, mats, and more on dgsninja.com.
Has this ever happened to you? Where's my truck bag? Ooh, I have a solution for that. Slab chalks! You take the chalk ball, put it in the mesh pocket, zip it up, slap, and get your truck. Slab trucks are made right here in Springdale, Arkansas at Interform, the small batch manufacturing company. We're helping our community and providing local jobs to minorities and women of diverse backgrounds. I'm Joseph Rao, Ninja Warrior, rock climber, and the CEO.
All right, we are back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Caden Malden, joined by Travis Rosen. Welcome back to the Ninja U Premier Series qualifiers in Iowa. We are covering the kids division. We are going to be wrapping it up right here, right now, with the challenge course, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Kane, it's been a great morning so far of ninja action. Obviously, we've seen some kids slip up a little sooner than they had hoped, but also some incredibly fast and powerful and impressive ninja runs. So I don't expect anything less here on the challenge course. In fact, I expect this to even be more exciting because some of those who went out a bit early in the placement course, you know they're going to be wanting revenge and get redemption on this course. So very different type of course, though, the challenge course. Placement course, obviously very fast, very time-based, but the challenge course much longer, many more obstacles to do. These ninjas are really going to be tested in all facets, from strength and muscular endurance, but still balance and everything that a ninja athlete needs. So it's going to be exciting, but most likely a very difficult course. I'm excited to see what these course designers at Ninja U, Nate Person and Drew Nectar, came up with for us.
Yeah, no, we should be getting into a demo pretty shortly, but with that being said, I don't know, this is going to be a tough one, but not for our kids' female athletes. For them, all they have to do is beat the third obstacle on this course, and they will have secured their Premier Series final spot. For the rest of our athletes, though, there's 11 competitors and only 4 slots to go around. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I wonder, who's it going to be?
Yeah, it's definitely going to be competitive and fun to watch. And my apologies to one of the course designers, Drew Nestor. I said Nectar. It was Drew Nestor. My apologies, Drew. Yeah, excited to see what they have come up with. But like you said, definitely for the females, all they have to get is past that third obstacle to get to the final, since there's only 4 of them competing. On the male side, though, many more strong male competitors. So going to be a lot more competitive on that side. But doesn't matter if you're female or male, everyone wants to hit that buzzer. They want to clear the course. So everyone's going to really try their best. But again, I think there's over a 4-minute time limit on this course. So very long course, going to have to be super smart and wise on how you conserve your energy and when to go strong, when to play it safe. This is going to be exciting.
No, definitely. Yeah, the time limit is exactly 4 minutes. So, yeah, this is going to be a long-winded one. I wonder if it's going to be like the last one at Fit Set Ninja, where the clock was really hard on our athletes, or if it's going to be a matter of actually getting through the course.
Yeah, well, that's why when we get to see this demo run in just a moment, it's going to be so interesting to see just how all these obstacles are put together, because that is really how a ninja comes up with their strategy. Because just like in, say, a running race, for example, if it's a longer race, you don't want to just start off with the sprint, because you're not going to have the endurance required to finish. And so depending on the types of obstacles they have, and even just the order of some of the obstacles, that's really going to dictate how these ninjas come out and their pacing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you've ever done a good track race, Travis, but I would equivalent this kind of course to, I don't know, an 800 meter or a 1500 run, rather than a 100, 200, 400. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I would even say these challenge courses, this is more like maybe you say like the 1500 meters, like basically a mile run, where it is not a sprint. You need to be super smart, super wise, where, that placement course, that's like a 200 yard sprint probably. Or 200 meters rather. But yeah, you just really have to have a real clear-cut strategy, because I know what it's like for a ninja course, or even just other sports that are endurance-based, to come out too fast and run out of gas. And even just things like hand placements, like if you might be strong enough to do something one-handed, but if you can do it with 2, conserve that energy, you're going to need that at the end of the course. So really important to be wise in your approach.
Yeah, we will be getting into the demo run. Just as a reminder, we have 3 more divisions lined up for Sunday: amateur, teen, and elite. Just as a reminder, we have 2 more divisions today, that being the mature kids and preteens. So yeah, let's get into the demo run right here, right now. Let's see what our course designers have laid the foundation for our competitors to take on. That is the placement course, not the challenge course. There we go. Oh, that's a lot of obstacles.
Yeah, definitely. Not as long as some of the challenge courses that we see, but still 10 obstacles. This could be a pretty pumpy, challenging course.
Well, so far, it's looking kind of reminiscent of the placement course a little bit. These are kind of quick, it's a straight shot kind of obstacle, as you can see there. Some special deliveries. Ooh, this is interesting. Maybe 4 minutes won't be so strict after all. Or maybe this guy's just making it look so easy.
Well, again, like you said in the placement course, Kane, for this kids division, the height can really come into play. We saw that with a lot of the kids falling on the very first obstacle. And so this could be one of those situations where, depending on height, some of these reaches might be pretty challenging.
Yeah, flippy cliffs there. You almost have to take it with a backhand. I feel like a lot of this is going to be tough as well because kids, they definitely can hang forever. They can hang forever. But it's, I think, a kind of, I don't know if it's a weakness, but lock-off strengths is kind of a challenge for a lot of our kid athletes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely, Kane. And for those tuning in, lock-off strength, basically, when we say lock-offs, that's like a bent arm pull-up position, sometimes with 2 arms, even sometimes with just 1 arm, because these ninja athletes are so strong. But for the smaller, younger age groups, that type of strength sometimes has not been fully developed. So, yeah, you're right. Lock-off strength is definitely challenging at this age.
All right, well, the Baron's Trap, the final obstacle, it's just a simple lache by the looks of it. I don't think you actually need to put it in the bear trap, but oh boy. I will say I don't think this looks as daunting as some challenge courses we've seen, like the Modus one or the Fit Set. I wonder how this will play out because there's a lot of interesting moves.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I feel like there's still a lot of grip and hanging type obstacles, but not a ton of brute strength obstacles. I mean, there's a few cliffhanger type grabs and holds like that, but not as many as we've seen at some of the different competitions. But it's still a really good and clever mixture of ninja obstacles. A lot of swinging elements right into balance elements to still some grip and finger, but it's going to be really interesting to see how this plays out. And we said this again with the placement course, the first runner, always a tough spot to be in because no one has gone yet other than the demo course runner. So Annalise Lyons, who's going to be our first competitor, first female competitor, really has her work cut out for her. But again, we've mentioned this, we've seen it so many times where the first competitor, maybe they have that first run spot because they had an unexpected fall during the placement course. They come out and crush it in the challenge course. So again, for the females, all they have to do is get past that third obstacle, but you know they want to go deep into this course. If not, hit the buzzer, Kane.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think our athletes are capable of it. Now, I feel a little bit bad because that trampoline is back on the challenge course, but a little further in. But, I mean, hey, at least there's some retries to play with. Again, just as a reminder, you have 2 retries on the challenge course. You cannot fail the same obstacle twice, and you cannot fail 3 different obstacles. So, that's something our athletes will be able to keep in mind. Failure is not as punishing.
Yeah, definitely. That's such a good confidence boost knowing that it's not a one fall and you're done like in the placement course round. They do have those retries. Obviously, people don't want to have to use those, but knowing that you've got them really can help. I will say the pressure gets added once you do fall and have to use a retry, and especially as you mentioned, if you try a retry, or if you have a retry, you are attempting one of your retries, and then you fall again, you're done. So that is definitely a tall task to overcome as well. But it's nice to have those. Definitely can build the athlete's confidence. So it's a good thing to have.
Yeah, that's right. That being said, I don't know. There's 2 sides to this coin. If you fall early on an obstacle and use a retry, then you have to beat the rest of the obstacle completely blind. You obviously don't get 2 tries at the whole obstacle if you fall early on your first go, whatever. However, if you fall at the end, especially of a pumpy obstacle, that can be really bad, because then you have to do the same obstacle all over again. And it can really wear and tear on you. But now,
Yeah.
Annalise Leon's on the starting line.
Yeah, I think we see that a lot where an athlete falls at the end of a long obstacle. They have to use a retry, and it really takes a lot off the clock. But Annalise right now, she's tearing it up.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. These first few obstacles, I feel like, are pretty light in terms of difficulty. Though, in regards to time, I guess it could be some kind of separator, if anything. But Annalise, small but mighty, had to kind of stretch out to get both her hands on those rings.
Yeah, she is looking good. Definitely a lot of swings there, though, and we've said it all day that really eats a lot off the clock. So we'll see if she can maybe shore that up a little bit, but clearly she wants to keep getting past each obstacle.
Yeah, I mean, on to obstacle 4 by the looks of it. So gets through that special delivery, a little bit of parkour action. Now faces the ball hooks. Now with smaller hands, I feel like might be to her detriment. I don't know, because you got to keep your hand more open. Unhooking into that clip. Ooh. But she's got it.
Yeah, she's looking good. I think when they come down that slider right there, they have to really be ready and try to go to that next hold right away. Obviously, they have to feel comfortable and be ready for that, but I think that's going to help save some clock time.
Well, in regards to that time, I mean, has more than half of her time and has 5 obstacles left to go. Let's see. Hopefully can get through the flippy cliffs without any turmoil. Let's see here. It's onto that bar. Nice. Now that ledge is on another side here. Gotta make a big grab, and Annalise has done it. Okay. And there's that dismount. Big drop. Annalise survives. Onto Boom Drum now. Doesn't require any big technical moves, but you gotta be careful with how you catch this battering here.
Yeah, Kane, I'm really impressed with how Annalise is doing right now. First runner-up, she's really... Oh, she did fall short there. She's going to have to use one of her retries on this.
Oh, yeah, that's tough. That's what I'm saying. The battering, if you don't catch it just right, it can fly out of the ring, and she didn't have all her weight on it. Annalise going in for attempt number 2. Still has a retry in the bank if she can get out of here. Let's see, will second try be the charm? Ooh! There you have it. Annalise is there with 3 more obstacles left to go. This is probably the toughest obstacle on the course, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I agree with you. And it's just like these course designers to put something so difficult late in the course. Oh, and I think Annalise is starting to maybe run out of gas a little bit because she needs to be super aggressive here. But she was just a little short on the swing and the leap there. We'll see if she can get it on try number 2. Oh.
Ah, Annalise. Still a really solid run. That's the first obstacle in the course that really... no, the flip cliffs. But those ledges are way thicker. I don't know. That's just such a tough obstacle. Kind of a difficulty spike, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. That was a hard obstacle so late in the course. But Annalise did great. First runner-up. She should feel really proud of herself. That was a great way. She definitely got past that third obstacle, so she got that ticket to the finals at Modus.
Yeah, so all is well for Annalise. Yeah, you can see there. Had to spend a retry on the Batarang. Just a really solid run all around. But before we move back into the rest of our kids' athletes, let's take a look at the remaining qualifiers for this season. All right, well, Ninja U will be the current one going about. Then we have Life Force and Dexterity Depot. So, yeah, some incredible gyms lined up. Life Force, the winner of Best Course Designers 2 years in a row. So, I have no doubts we're going to see something crazy. Dexterity Depot, also an incredible gym. And then in November, I believe we have 2 more events lined up. Going to be True Function and the Premier Series Finals at Modus at Lee's Summit, Missouri.
Like a centimeter.
Or no, that's
Go up a
Minnesota.
centimeter.
I'm sorry.
Good.
I'm sorry, Donovan, if you're watching.
Thanks.
Yeah, it's going to be a great competition at Modus. Obviously, we saw a qualifier already earlier this season at Modus, and such a great new facility that they've got there. Such great creative obstacles and obstacle course designs. You know, whenever you get some really seasoned ninja veterans in charge of a course design, you know it's going to be fun. And Modus never one to let you down in that finals. That is going to be so exciting.
All right. Well, now we have Kalia, I believe. I hope that's correct. Let's see here. Going about these first few obstacles at a pretty good pace to start us out. I feel like it's a speed course at the start. Doesn't really ask a lot of you strength-wise.
Yeah, definitely. She had a lot of speed right out of the gate. And personally, as an ex-ninja athlete, I like courses like that where you can just start off super aggressive with a lot of speed, kind of help, again, just get settled in a little bit. And right now, Kalia, she is looking really confident.
Yeah, not taking a lot of backswings also, so there's definitely some time at play here. These special deliveries. Not too much trife there. All right. This is where it really gets tough, though. I think this is the first really, I don't know, where you really get into the nitty-gritty of this course, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely. It starts off much more, I will say basic, if you will, ninja obstacles. Then all of a sudden it gets into a lot more challenging, tricky meat of a ninja course. And looks like she's getting a little caught up here. Oh, that was a great correction.
Yeah, really used the turnaround. Now she's going in a circle, but can be corrected. And Kalia sticking the distance there. Noticing the slap chalks as well. Special thanks to Joseph. All right, well, Kalia, these flippy cliffs, a little bit of an awkward grab, I'd say, but still, I mean, has plenty of time to work with. Boom! That was a big lâché. Was almost scared she came up short.
Yeah, actually, right now, for that camera angle, especially the size of these kids, it's kind of hard to see how far they're having to go, but they have a big leap there, that big lâché. So that's really impressive work right there.
Yeah, saw her favoring that shoulder. I hope she didn't take a jolt too big. All right, Kalia. This battering, we saw our previous athlete take a fall here. Let's see if she can get it a little cleaner. Got the swing right, but it's down to this grab. Very steady. Kalia crossing the distance there. Now then, the triple bogey.
Yeah, definitely. This is that obstacle we were talking about where all of a sudden it gets very real right here. Super hard obstacle late in this course. Let's see if Kalia can get past it.
Oh, I wonder what she's trying to do there. No! Ah, taking a retry there. Now down to 45 seconds. Let's see here if she can dig in a little deeper here. Taking a reset. Ooh. Kalia going again, and it's not going to be enough. Kalia down and out on the triple bogey. But that does put her into first place by virtue of speed.
Yeah, that was a really good, solid run. She showed a lot of poise, a lot of aggressiveness. Got a little stuck there on that last obstacle. Kind of looked like she didn't quite know the right technique. You see her right there, even still kind of rubbing her shoulder. Like you said, hopefully she didn't take too much of a jolt there. Sometimes these grabs can be unforgiving if you don't quite have enough reach. There's a little bit too much shock on your joints, but hopefully she'll be okay. But again, like Annalise, she too punched that ticket to the finals in Modus. So very, very good job to Kalia. Impressive, impressive stuff.
Yeah, and that'll do it for every kids female athlete that's not named Evelyn. Evelyn Miller, our second to last kids female athlete, up to go. Let's see here. This is going to be an exciting run, I can already tell.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right. I think these last two females are really going to put on a show and maybe even a clinic for us on how this is to be done. I like, even right there, seeing camaraderie between the ninjas, you know, helping each other out, being silly, being goofy, being relaxed. It's fun. Personally, sometimes I was always a little too serious at the starting line, a little too focused, so I probably could have used a little more loosening up, but I like seeing these kids having fun.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're both teammates. Oh, taking a reset on that platform. Okay. Second try, come on. Make it right. Evelyn. Okay. Now then. I believe both of our Evelyns did finish the placement course. So, if anything, maybe we can see history repeat itself here.
Yeah, I think it's definitely doable. But again, as we've said all day, time management is such a huge thing. You'd think 4 minutes, oh, that's plenty of time to get through this course, but not necessarily. Especially with just how physically draining this course can get later on in the run. So we'll see. We'll see how Evelyn fares, but she's looking good right now.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird obstacle. It's just a lot of different stuff. But kind of lulls you into a false sense of security before you get into the hooks here. Well, unhooking very elegantly here. Now we're getting that drop. The glitter ninja. Looking
That was
crafty.
That was a big grab she had to make right there. I almost thought she was going to miss it, but she had the reach and the wherewithal to stick with it, and that was beautiful.
Yeah, and still within pecking distance of that top time. Gonna see how it stacks up, but the way it's looking like a race to the triple bogey.
And what I like right now from Evelyn, you don't see a lot of extra swings. Sometimes, I've seen it for years and years, sometimes you see extra swings taken not because they're necessarily needed, but because the athlete's a little unsure of when to go and just how's it going to go. And you need to be really aggressive out there. So as few swings as possible, that always helps.
Yeah, and would you look at that, swinging with reckless abandon. Evelyn, can she make the catch? She shaved off a little bit of time by cutting some swings, but I think she's going to be losing some time here. Took a few extra swings. How's that going to stack up? Will that put her into first? It will. Okay, so guaranteed second in this competition. Can she be the first to get through the triple bogeys?
Yeah, I think she definitely can. Kane, I mean, we'll see here in just a moment, but
No!
oh no!
Oh, come on. It's that first grab. I think it's what? I think it's the only lache, and you're catching onto a thin, what, dinky little ledge.
Yeah, this definitely is a hard obstacle. Whoa!
Oh,
Hard fall. That's a hard obstacle for this age group. Again, we've talked about it many times today, but just size really comes into play, and that's a big lache for these younger athletes. So, still super aggressive run. You know that she wanted to go further, I would imagine, but Evelyn really coming out and showing people how it's done, and that was still really, really good. And like you said, she's in first place with that run so far.
yeah. And with only one more run, the worst she will place is second. And we have the other Evelyn, Evelyn Peterson. We saw her cheering on her teammate earlier. We're going to see if she's done her homework as the final run of the kids female division. Evelyn, this is going to be one to play for. Oh, and taking a backswing just like her teammate. Wow, and you saw there the foot was really close to tapping.
Yeah,
All right.
seriously, she was so close. She even moved that balance beam a little bit. That was a scary, scary first obstacle moment there.
Okay, well, gave us a bit of a fright, but I mean, I guess it is October. Evelyn, let's see here. We'll definitely have to make up a bit of time. She hopes to catch up here.
Yeah,
But,
and, you know, with these obstacle courses, you never know what's going to happen. You can have some of the best ninjas in the world have an unexpected slip up even on the very first obstacle. That's what makes this sport so tricky.
Yeah, just one more backswing or two. Evelyn, nice work. Going at a healthy pace. She's moving with grace, with finesse, but she's got to get that cannonball out and about into where it needs to go. It's the only way forward. Evelyn. Just a little more.
She's looking good right now, Kane. I'm actually a little surprised. I feel like she would have a little faster pace at this point. She looks a little conservative, but again, maybe that's her strategy to help conserve energy for the later part of the course. But again, the slower you go, that clock keeps ticking down, so you might not have a lot of time for the last parts of the course because you may time out.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. It's not a bad pace, though. I think we've seen other athletes stick around this pace, but I don't know. Minute 50 out. Big drop, having to steady yourself on that cushiony mat. And now, okay. Can't stop moving. 100 seconds to go. Evelyn, he's battering's gotta suit up. Be the Robin to this course's Batman, if you will. Oh, okay. That ring is so awkward.
I was just about to say, I hope that nobody gets their foot caught in that ring because so many competitors have been so close already today on that. But let's see if Evelyn Peterson can be the first athlete to make it through this triple bogey, even just to the first grab.
All right, well, given the circumstances, she's in third. She has to beat this to win the competition. She gets the grab! The first today!
Yeah, that was really great technique that she had right there. I hope the male competitors were taking notes and paying attention because that's exactly how they're going to want to do it.
Hand placement is a little sketchy here. Those fingers giving a little bit. Come on, get out of there, Evelyn! Onto the bar! Oh no, one more move. Does she have anything left? Is she going for a skip? She goes for it and she doesn't make it! Evelyn, no!
That was such a great job, but now this is exactly what you talked about earlier, where she fell at the end of that obstacle, and this is a long obstacle, so I don't think she's going to have any time to get through this, but still a great attempt and definite great run from Evelyn.
Yeah, the time and energy. I mean, hey, for what it's worth, she got that grab basically twice. But the pink axolotl's run coming to an end on the cliffs, just as the rest of her comrades have. Oh man, that's tough. But she will still be punching her ticket to the Premier Series finals. Really gave it her all and was the best run that we've seen so far.
Yeah, still great stuff. All 4 female athletes punching their ticket to the finals at Motus. So really, really good work. Now it's up to the males to see how they do. Again, I hope they were paying attention because we saw a lot of great demonstrations from the females. So, you know, these males, especially some of these first ones, they really want to come out and show what they can do because they had a very early unexpected exit. And first up, we've got Calvin Johnson.
Calvin off that rope slider in due time. So that's good. No backswings. Another member of the Ninja U team. Now, again, one of our shorter athletes came up early on the placement course. Luckily, we're seeing a lot more out of him this time around. Really get the opportunity to see him show his stuff.
Yeah, definitely. And wow, that was a really close grab right there. I thought he might peel off. This is still one of those obstacles where height does come into play, and we really need to see some big, aggressive swings from Calvin, but he is doing good right now.
Yeah, cut a lot of his swing, though. May take a little bit to find his footing. Calvin, still, though, I mean, I can't knock him. He's going about this pretty solid. And honestly...
Whoa.
Oh, okay. A little close on that dismount off the giant ring, but still staying afloat. Calvin is short of the dismount? No, they gave it to him.
A little different climbing technique there, but he got up to that first globe, and let's see if he can get this now where you have to detach that first one and hook it in.
This is going to be tough on the hand, especially if you take a backswing there. Oh, no, he's struggling. The hook isn't getting where it needs to go. Oh, there it is. Calvin playing with fire.
Yeah, and that's good stuff right there, Kane. It's really challenging when you get stuck like that on an obstacle, but to see it, look at that strength right there. Very good from Calvin. But when you see an athlete get stuck in the middle, oh...
Ah, come on. Now he has to do that all over again.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
again.
get it a little cleaner.
Yeah, that's we talked about it a little bit during the placement course. That's where it's so important to really know the course and know what is in play, what's out of play, where you're landing platforms, because it looked like he thought maybe he had done it, but he just didn't land on the right spot.
It's not going out. He's moving up, but not out. You can see, oh, okay, well, can he get it a little better? He does. Only the second try this time around. Let's see here. Okay. Now he's got to let it slow down instead of just going straight for it. Swing on one arm again, and second try. I guess if nothing changes. Calvin at the same point. Down and out on those cannonballs.
Yeah, well, still, it was a great showing from Calvin, our first male competitor. Looked like he was probably getting a little pumped out. You know, that's basically meaning his strength was running out. He was getting fatigued there at the end. His grip probably just not able to hold on to the rest of those cannonballs. But still, great first showing. I'm sure he feels good about that. So good job starting us off, Calvin.
All right, now we have Miles. Oh, okay. Taking a backswing on the rope slider. Looks like he's going to force it forward instead. But that's going to be tough because that rope slider is tilted down and the end is placed away. He might want to take a tactical fall. I hate to say it, but it might be wise unless he can pull himself to safety. No, the balance beam denying him.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those spots, Kane, where sometimes using your retry is part of the strategy. Instead of fighting it, and taking a lot of time and a lot of strength and energy, jump down, use your retry.
Oh no, are you serious? Ah, Miles.
Oh, you hate to see that happen, but even though he went out sooner than he would have liked to, I loved the determination and the fight that you saw. He got stuck on the first obstacle there and just did not give up. Had to try using one of his retries and still unfortunately came up short on the balance. But keep your head held high, Miles. Keep training and come back next time ready to go.
All right, now we have Logan Lay. We saw him earlier in the placement course come up a little earlier than expected. I believe he is the last one up. No, I think there were 4. That fell on that first obstacle. Luckily, that trampoline is later, way later in the course. So I think he'll be okay going forward.
Yeah, I'll say so far, Kane, I've been surprised the number of athletes who have a challenge coming off this rope slider onto the balance.
Yeah, it's an awkward move. We see Logan there also getting stuck. He's climbing. Oh, okay. Well, the balance beam is shifted a little bit. I wonder if he can kind of move the balance beam into a more favorable spot. Okay, he's going to take a tactical fall there. Logan, second try, hopefully going to be the charm. Don't want to see him come off on this first obstacle. Logan locks in there. Okay, now trying to salvage what went wrong there.
Yeah, that was a great correction made by Calvin. Obviously, he was having some difficulty there, but was able to make the proper corrections and made it through that obstacle with no issues.
Interesting. Going only on one side for most of the rings, ignoring what? A third of the obstacle? More power to you, Logan. Now, okay. On to the hodgepodge, the thingamajig, as I call it. Hardcore parkour. I mean, his outfit is very hardcore. He's dressed for the occasion.
Yeah, he definitely is. Definitely shows a lot of confidence, and I like what we're seeing right now from Logan.
Yeah, cutting through the air, his blade-like hair, his mohawk, if you will. Definitely suiting the kind of energy we're seeing. Logan Lay. Let's see if he can get out of here. Great lock-off. Doing a pull-up. You don't see that every day out of our kids. And, ooh, okay, now he's swinging about. But gets to that dismount. The flippy cliffs. This is going to be a little interesting. I think he's on the smaller side of things. But still able to make that reach out to the reverse grab. Logan, no! Yeah, that's another important part. Logan taking his final retry, as I was saying earlier with the Beatles. You have to go with the curve. If you go too far forward, you're going to take a huge drop on those fingers.
Yeah, and again, Kane, this is one of those where it's the very end of the obstacle that the fall happens. So now he has to do the whole thing again.
Yeah, I don't think it's that tough to that point, though. I think this is the big move. So Logan, second try will be the one that works for Logan. Getting a lot of swing. Ooh, he flailed through the air there.
Yeah, that's actually a really big dismount. It's hard to see exactly on the camera, but he was flying through the air there and just barely made the landing platform.
Logan Can make the most of it here. There's still progress to be made. The Batarang. No easy task. You can see it's a little tilted. This is going to be an awkward grab. But not too tough for Logan. Now this is the crux point of the course. These cliffs, if he gets through this, it'll be big. No! I don't want to call that commentator's curse. But Logan down on the cliffs just like that. But hey, not a bad run at all. A far cry from what we saw in the placement course. That's what I'm talking about. Such a talented athlete.
Yeah, Logan did really, really good. He should definitely hold his head up high. He has nothing to be ashamed with on that. Obviously, you saw in his face, looked like he wanted to go further, sure, but he still had a great outing right there. Definitely some good redemption from what happened in the placement course. And then we'll see what Will Loeffler can do now, too. He was one of the few that did come up super short unexpectedly on the mini tramp up to the bar on that placement course. So you know he's going to want to get this. So we'll see how Will does now.
Got his game face on. Will, Steel City athlete, enjoys geography, checkered flags, and smashing buzzers. You know, they do consider the checker flag to be the finish flag. So maybe that's a good omen. Maybe he'll get that buzzer that he desires.
Well, I really liked seeing, whoa, little hesitation there. But I liked seeing him on the rope slider. When so many athletes can have issues on an obstacle, that too becomes a mental obstacle because people start letting things play with their minds a little bit. But Will looked like a pro there. But few scary moments here on just the rings, but he's still making the proper adjustments.
By the way, he started Ninja in 2018. This kid is 7. So, I'm curious to how his start of his career in Ninja really went about. But Will, smashing the parkour section.
I like what we're seeing from him right now. It looks like he has a well planned out strategy and isn't really allowing himself to get flustered. See how he does with this hook right here.
Ooh, that was perfect. Will getting it on the first go. So not a lot of load being placed on that backhand. But still got a little bit more to go. There's a bit of a reach there. Still though, Will definitely ahead of what Logan put up. I wonder if it'll be enough to bump into first place. Obviously, beating this first obstacle in one go would do wonders for that dream.
Yeah, he's looking so strong right now, Kane.
Yeah, he took a big drop there with the cliff. Sticks that landing just about 35 seconds ahead of the curve. Here we have the Batarang twisting about to really dig in a bit of extra momentum. And then these Batarangs, gonna be tough. Gotta treat this obstacle like it's, ooh, no! You can see that right hand was too far to the right. Caught it a little uneven and it flew out from under him.
Yeah, that really is a tricky obstacle. I say it sometimes that when an obstacle looks super easy, a lot of times it's because the athlete's just really, really good. But that is a tricky obstacle. No one's had many issues with it today, but you really have to catch that right evenly weighted with your both hands, because if you are off a little bit, it'll just swing out, or sorry, fall out from beside you there.
Okay, hopefully he understands the assignment now. A minute coming and going. Dead on with the Batarang. Will is onto the cliffs now. Oh, this is going to be a toughie, though. He loves his cliffhangers. I wonder if he's done something like this. He makes the grab. 45 seconds now. but he's still got a long way to go. One more lâché coming up. If he can make the distance, it will be huge.
Yeah, I really
Okay.
like the confidence. Oh,
Whoa!
that was a great grab right there.
Okay, he's there, but can't stop now. This is where he fell in the placement course, basically. Redemption in store, Will! Oh, no! The run can't end like that, come on. Come on, don't let lightning strike 3 times. He's got the grab! But with 10 seconds, he's got to go through these special deliveries. Come on. Gets the grab. 5 seconds to go. Go for the gold! Will has got the point. Just in the nick of time. Oh boy, that was down to the wire. The whole gym going mental.
Yeah, that was a great run from Will. A lot of determination and just a unwillingness to give up. Even at the very end there, the clock was running down, but just still so much of a overcoming and persevering attitude. That was a great ninja demonstration by Will.
Oh boy. And that sets a pretty hefty standard for the rest of our athletes. We have 7 more lined up for the kids division. And honestly, it's very possible that Will could make it to the Premier Series finals with that effort.
Yeah, I definitely agree. It's putting a little bit of pressure on these last athletes, but again, they're last for a reason. They had a really, really fast finish on the placement course or time on the placement course, so we'll see if his time can hold up.
Yeah, and I want to say it was Hank here that was moving really quick on the placement course and just had a really silly mistake. So hopefully Hank's dialed in his strategy. He knows the way to go. And with 21 seconds in the green already, looking like we are going to see a strong showing here from Hank.
Well, you talk about being dialed in. I mean, he seems so dialed in right now. Looks really, really precise in all of this and super aggressive. I love what we're seeing right now.
Yeah, this concise is probably the best way I can describe this run, if anything. He's not taking any extra moves. Like, look at this. 30 seconds. He skips that final cannonball. Impressive.
Yeah, and again, that shows preparation ahead of a course run. He knew how he was going to approach this. He knew he was going to skip that. So I love seeing that level of preparation.
I mean, 5th overall in the Southeast region. Just a beast all around. 16th in the power rankings. He's got it all, and this is only his 2nd year of Ninja. He has 230 left as well.
Definitely impressive what we're seeing right now. This is some really, really good ninja skill on demonstration.
Whoa! Linking the dismount as well. He
Look at
hates
it.
backswings.
He has over 2 minutes left. Look at this, Kane.
Wow. So Hank, I mean, this is already a top time to this point. Would like to see him get a little further. We saw an attempted skip in the kids female division. Nice wrist flexibility is where turning about. Hank, where's he gonna go? Onto the cliff and going for another link out.
Yeah, this is like at another level. This is really, really incredible what Hank's showing us right now.
Ooh, this is unthinkable. And another link out, no surprises. 1:30 ahead onto the final obstacle. Now, this is pretty straightforward. It's a clean shot to the buzzer. He's got to make it onto that bar that's in the bear trap. Can he do it? Going for it now. There it is. Can he make his way out? Big Lachey! 105! Hank has done it!
Wow, that was so incredible, Kane. Look, he had over a minute left. That is what demolishing a course looks like. So Hank, well deserving of first place up to this point, and that really has just put the pressure on the remaining competitors because they know that not only do they have to clear, but they have to do it faster than Hank, and he was super fast. So that was an incredible run.
Honestly, unless the rest of our competitors go on an absolute massacre, it is pretty likely we're going to be seeing Hank as one of our 4 qualifiers here.
Yeah, I definitely think you're right. I'd be very surprised if that time does not hold up for at least a top 4.
Well, Liam, oh no, I think, what, did he not stand where he was allowed to? I think he might have stepped into out of bounds some way, somehow. Liam, this first obstacle is so deceiving. He almost, oh no! Ooh, okay. I saw a little foot slip on that step. Okay. Liam. All right. Dangerous start, but still has an entire course that lays ahead. Oh,
no.
I don't know if that was the right play, going for just one ring.
But yeah, it kind of looked a little off. He had that forward momentum as if he was going to the 2 and then went only to the 1, so it kind of made the reach a little awkward. And so we'll see if he changes it up or goes for that again this time.
This is a pretty precarious spot to be in, though. He's used both his retries, so he has to be perfect from here on out. And he had the right idea going for both, but I think it's a wide reach more than anything.
Yeah, that is tricky, and obviously you saw some aggressive swings out of him. Just needed to be a tad bit bigger. You know, he's upset. I know he wanted to go further, but again, Liam, keep your head up and keep training. That's still, it's nothing to slouch about. That was still a good run. So good job to Liam. We'll see how Harrison Hallen does next.
Yeah, Harrison out of Ultimate Ninjas, an incredible, I believe, series of gyms. I'm pretty sure it's kind of a franchise nowadays, but Harrison making some easy money off of those first 2 obstacles. Nothing to write home about here. Harrison just gonna keep on keeping on. Interesting move. Matching on one ring, then shimmying out to both. Wonder if he's going to employ that here. No, actually, despite it being a wider grip. Interesting. All sorts of different crazy ways to go through the motions.
So Hallen's looking good right now, Kane. Maybe a few extra swings here and there that might come back to haunt him later in the course, but he's still moving at a steady course. Clearly not to the speed that we saw from Hank earlier, but that's okay. Again, you got to play to your strengths and stick to your strategy. And so Hallen's still looking solid right now.
Yeah, frankly, I don't think you should be pushed to go at like a breakneck pace just because a guy before you did it. Because that is the exact way you fall early on a course, if you're not prepared for that. Oh, but Harrison having trouble getting it out. He's moving up, but you see that hook is getting kind of caught. Oh, what's he doing? Is he resetting? Oh, he's going for the shakeout. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. And he doesn't use a retry for it, so no harm there. But you gotta think what kind of impact this has on his time.
And this is another example of one of those obstacles that is actually much more tricky than you think. It's deceptively tricky. No one's really had many issues with it, but being able to unhook a cannonball and then hook it into another spot, that's a type of obstacle, again, in the early days of Ninja, no one would have ever even thought of.
Yeah, I mean, cannonballs only became like a thing in 2014. So, food for thought. I think cannonballs conceptually have been around longer than some of these kids have been alive.
I think you're right, Kane. I like seeing Harrison make the proper corrections there. Obviously, he had messed up a little bit at the beginning of that cannonball obstacle, but made the right adjustments and made it through. I love to see that.
All right, well, a minute 15, definitely down on his luck with time, but still, I mean, even with the circumstances, you got to make the most of the cards you are dealt. Harrison catches it low, but able to go with the flow. Hey, that rhymed.
That was a little bit of a low. Oh, that was a low grab. I thought he was potentially going to peel off, but he made it. But unfortunately, that dismount, again, the very end of this obstacle, he messed up. So he's going to have to try the whole thing again. And like we said, it's deceptively far dismount on this obstacle.
All right. Second try. Come on. Well, he made this on his first go. Does he have anything left? 30 seconds. So this is going to be tough. Get this point, if anything. All right. But with 20 seconds, this is a pretty long obstacle that lays wake. I don't know if he's going to have the time.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, he would have had to start with a really big aggressive swing right off the bat, and looks like he's maybe gassing out a little bit, Kane.
Oh, man. Yeah, I think it's that wear and tear that adds up. Maybe a little disappointed with that, but, I mean, hey.
Yeah, I mean, I still think it was a good showing. I'm sure everybody who steps up to the starting line wants to clear the course and hit the buzzer. I'm sure that was no different there for Harrison, but still, it was a good showing, so he shouldn't feel down on himself for that. But what I always used to do when I went out sooner than I thought, I used it as fuel to train even harder so that the next competition I was even more ready. So hopefully Harrison can do that.
All right, Andrew Gage, big start. Wow. Flew down the track on the rope slider.
Yeah, I think he was even faster than our cameraman.
Yeah. Was faster than the speed of light. Andrew Gage, well done. Very solid first impression. And as you can see here, he's taking kind of minimal swings, which is something I like to see. Only one back swing there. And he's moving neck and neck with some of the top times.
Oh, that was a great save right there. I don't know if you saw that, Kane. His weight was almost wanting him to fall off that landing platform, but he smartly reached down with his hands to hold him there. That was clever.
Andrew, okay, well, there. All right, third try unhooking it. It's the one that's for him. Andrew Gage sliding down, but not set in the right spot. Ooh.
It was really impressive grip strength right there. He reached out to that first cannonball and had a really slight grab. He didn't have a full grasp on it, but was still able to hold on. That was really, really impressive.
Andrew getting onto that bar has such great power behind that swing. You know, you can really gauge, pun intended, an athlete based on how they swing, if anything.
Yeah, and that's actually just one of the many techniques that a ninja winds up learning, and that's just how to generate those swings and how to do it quickly, because it's not something that for most come naturally. You have to kind of learn that skill and also have the strength to be able to do it. It takes some muscles to be able to get those huge swings so easily.
Inside of 110 seconds, Andrew onto the cliffs. Now, bear in mind, still not guaranteed the slot. Andrew, no!
Yeah, I was a little surprised that he went. That was a pretty minimal swing right there. I thought he was going to take another swing. Oh, but he got it on try 2.
Yeah, he just maybe couldn't quite get the fingers in the right spot. Andrew, though, looking good here. This actually, I feel like this obstacle is a little easier for the kids because their fingers are smaller.
Yeah, that definitely could be the case. Obviously, you get an adult or somebody with a lot bigger frame. It's going to be more on their fingertips for these kids. They get a lot more purchase on the hold, so it can be easier, that's for sure.
All right, Andrew into the special delivery. No! Yeah, I was wondering if that would have an impact on our athletes. You can see it's such a precise move. You have to slot your fingers into that pocket.
Go for it. Okay, we need a little more swing. Yes, big back swing.
Yeah, and I wonder how fatigue is starting to play. Right? Oh, no.
No! Andrew! Can't quite get that special delivery. It's a tough hold to muster. Third place, though, not a bad showing out of Andrew there. We'll see how that holds up. He's not safe yet. With 3 athletes left, he could be bumped off the hot seat. But the way it stands, I mean, he's done all he could.
Yeah, I still think Andrew looked really good there. I think he was getting a bit tired at the end. I mean, again, this is a challenging course, but he did a great job. We'll see, though, if he can stay in the top 4.
Well, Shay, one of our finishers on the placement course, can he make it 2 for 2 for today? Oh. Okay. Shay moving about. Great work on these parkour moves here.
What I
And
really like from watching Shay, he just has this real confident and calm resolve. He looks like he is in charge out there and is doing everything as he planned.
Yeah, you don't see a lot of ninjas.
Wow.
Wow, he really rode that with one arm down. That confidence on full 4K display.
Yeah, that's a really bold move. I will say sometimes I don't... Wow, right into that. That is crazy. I'd say sometimes those type of movements I don't typically recommend because you might need that strength at the end of the course. But hey, Shay knows his strengths better than I do, so he might just be running the race exactly how he desired.
Yeah, he looks comfortable. I mean, if he were a chef, this would be a 4-star Michelin star restaurant. With the way he's cooking, these batarangs here.
Well, and I would say watching him right now, it's like I said earlier, he's making things look so easy. And when an athlete does that, that just goes to show how good they are because these are anything but easy. But Shay's making it look easy because he's so strong.
Ooh, wow, a turnaround. Nice, okay. Sets his hands perfect going forward. And then that cliff and a link out. It's just unbelievable.
But he finished that with just under 2 minutes to go. I think that's... Well, it's maybe not the fastest. It's really fast, though.
Yeah, I mean, if he beats this, then he will be going. Oh, no, that left hand coming off. Now this is where the stakes get high. Can he execute under the pressure? If he beats this, he will be guaranteed the slot. But if he doesn't, he'll be on the bubble. He's into that special delivery. Boom!
I'm not sure if people watching know how tough that is, what he just did. Linking directly into that really tricky hold. And He fell that first time, but he went for it the second time and did it perfectly.
And that's gonna do it for Shea's run.
Wow.
With ease.
Yeah, seriously, he did so good. Like we said, look, very calm, very poised throughout. Really like he ran the exact race that he wanted to. Obviously just one little slip up there, but such mastery. But the crazy thing is that wasn't even the fastest time. So
I think
still really good stuff though.
No, it might have been. If we get a look at the leaderboard, I think he was in second, but that was only because of a point difference. So Shea Lachey may very well be bumping into first by the looks of it.
Yeah, I think you're right. It looks like there should be 10 points for Shea. For some reason, it's showing only 9. So yeah, you're right. Based off of that time, he will be our leader.
Yeah, so Shea and Hank are going to be guaranteed a slot in the Premier Series finals. With 2 left to go, Easton and Aiden.
Well, this is where it gets really exciting, Kane, because these last runners, again, they're last because they were the fastest in the placement course. So you know that they are no slouches to this sport and these tough challenges before them. So I'm excited to see how Easton and Aiden finish up this male division.
Easton Gwemmer. We saw the kind of stuff we'd come to expect out of a barn athlete. You know, kind of following off the coattails of the Folsoms. It just grew. What? A link? What?
Yeah, that's crazy. Normally you don't see linking between rings like that because it's so tricky to get the swing and the body angle just right. But man, that was nothing for Easton.
It requires so much power to be able to pull off. And he just unhooks it. Yep. I mean, should it be that surprising? I think stuff like this is pretty commonplace in that barn.
Yeah, this is really impressive right now, Kane. This is, if Easton can keep this up, that first place time may be in jeopardy.
And burnout style courses are his favorite, so I'm a little bit concerned for how this course is going to be looking when Easton's done with it. Drifting into that swing. Just so powerful. Just like that.
Well, he really is, and that's what we talked about earlier. He was able to get one huge swing into that where it took some other competitors 4, 5, 6 swings, and so that is a true testament to his strength and skill.
Easton loves Mario Kart Geometry Dash and baseball. Easton looking like a speed demon, a link out there. It's surprising. We see a lot of links on that final cliff. But Easton way ahead of the curve. What? Are you serious, Easton?
Yeah, that was
How do you do that?
That was some crazy linking skills on display right there. Easton is burning up this course.
Wow! Easton 202.
Wow, I'm almost speechless right now, Kane. I'm not even sure what to say based off what we just saw. That was so powerful, so aggressive, and so fast. Again, these long courses typically aren't run super fast, but he just demolished that.
Unbelievable. Absolutely magnificent. We have one more athlete left to go, ladies and gentlemen, in this kids division. It's going to be Aiden Lakey. Oh.
Yeah, and you know, Aiden, last competitor, obviously he's seen everybody else go. He knows what seems to work, what doesn't. He also knows how fast he's going to have to go if he wants to get that first place time. And let's just say it's going to be fast. If he wants to get first place, he's going to have to fly because Easton truly just blew up this course. So Aiden definitely has his work cut out for him, but he's the last runner for a reason. So let's see what he can do, Kane.
Yeah, I mean, trains at Ninjas United, Obstacle Academy. Been into this sport since the age of 5. Also, something to note, finished second at US Nationals. Took third in the first ever mini bucket of chalk competition this year. Has been all over the country. Man, I wouldn't think of, I don't know, I couldn't think of a better runner to finish this off.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be an exciting finish, I think. Obviously, we've seen some pretty incredible runs so far, but this could be just even the most exciting. And like you said, best way to finish.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's got to be up there for most experienced athlete in this competition, at least in this division, that is. 25 competitions under his belt, which is, wow. I mean, that's some commitment.
Yeah, definitely. When you see these young ninjas having so many competitions that they've competed at, yeah, that is a lot of commitment. And he is flying.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. A link there, too. Aiden. That's great. Oh, I almost thought he was just going to jump through that, but thought better of it.
Yeah, I think that's what he was actually considering at first, but realized at the last moment that would be a little too far. So that was a good good judgment right there from Aiden.
All right, well, steering himself directly from point A to point B, Aiden. It's a big pull back where he needs to go. Boom! And a follow through there. See, oh, well, he didn't link, but he set himself perfect. And would you look at that, 3 seconds ahead of Easton. And I thought Easton was doing pretty good.
Yeah, I just want to see if he can keep this pace going. Whoa, that was a close call on that dismount right there, but see if he can get through this. If he can go through this quicker than we've seen from some of the others, that would really help his time.
Whoa, skip! Oh, skip for Aiden. And with that, if he beats this at all, he is going to the Premier Series Finals. It's all down to this. He's there! Aiden! Into the final obstacle! Ahead of Easton's pace. Can he get it for the win? A link! What? No way! 144?
Wow.
Really?
So before he went, Kane, I was saying this could be the most exciting finish, but honestly, I was like, I don't think anyone's going to beat Easton's time. But Aiden just even crushed a time that crushed the rest of the course. I mean, that was just super, super phenomenal stuff. And wow, what a treat to have the competition end with a run like that.
Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. That is clip worthy. That is the run of the division, if anything. I don't think even he was prepared for the kind of stuff that he was about to put out. Aiden topping the leaderboard. We have our 4. We also have our 4 in the kids female division, but we have Hank, Shay, Easton, and Aiden in the kids male division. And then in the kids female division, hopefully we can pull that up real quick. But wow, you can see it, a minute difference between first and fourth. Yeah, we have Annalise, Evelyn, Kalia, and Evelyn again. Wow.
I think that's pretty interesting, Kane. If you see all 4 females all made it to the same spot. That's pretty impressive. And then on the male side, the top 4, they all cleared the course. The only ones to clear this challenge course today. Very deserving. All its top 4 competitors, male and female. That was some good stuff.
But still, more to come in this Saturday morning. Or, well, I guess it's afternoon now. But Whatever. Yeah, we have the mature kids division lined up. Let's get this schedule. It may need to be updated. I think we're running a bit behind, but yeah, we have the mature kids division coming up next. And then finally, first Saturday, we have the preteens. So, yeah, any closing thoughts, Travis?
Well, I just thought this was a great way to start off this weekend of Ninja action in Ankeny, Iowa at Ninja U. There were some incredible course runs today, and I think that's just a precursor of even more exciting runs and moments that we're going to see all weekend long. So you Ninja fans out there, you don't want to go anywhere. You want to watch the rest of these different age groups and divisions throughout the whole weekend. It is going to be some good stuff.
Yeah. So yeah, I believe in an hour and 30, we will be kicking off the mature kids division. And then we have preteens at 7. Then tomorrow we have the amateur, teen, and elite divisions. At all those lovely times, you won't want to miss it. But that will do it for the kids division. That was absolutely bonkers at the end. We saw the course get, I don't know, it was brutal, but not for our athletes, that's for sure. But yeah, that'll do it. I've been Kane Malden, joined by Travis Rosen. This has been the kids division at the Ninja U Premier Series qualifiers. Goodbye.